When I arrived in Australia, I realized that Australia was way too big to discover in 1 year. So I really wanted to stay a second year.
Foreign backpackers easily fall in love with the sunburnt country. And Australia makes working holiday makers an attractive offer. Do 3 months of farm work and get an extra year on their visa. But after 2 months working on strawberry plantations near Brisbane, this worker, who wants to be called Ellen, had little to show.
I ended up with $70 on my account when I was leaving the farm.
Ellen says she was paid by the volume she picked and earned between $2.50 and $5 an hour. At one stage, the subcontractor offered her a secret deal.
That he paid me $500 a week, and I had to stay till the end of my visa, and I had to stay living with him in the house.
The recruitment company Ellen says the subcontractor worked for rejects her claims. Ellen has made a report to the Fair Work Ombudsman.
I really hope that they're investigating it.
Successive Australian governments have pledged to stamp out exploitation of migrant workers. But documents obtained under Freedom of Information laws show that's not happening. Last financial year, the Fair Work Ombudsman completed investigations into more than 1,600 formal complaints relating to migrant workers. 86% were handled through education and dispute resolution. Just 14% were dealt with via compliance and enforcement. Internal emails discussing the ABC's request for information show the regulator was concerned about its image. One internal email says, "Our current narrative around migrant workers is that this cohort is a priority for the FWO. The data and supporting information in the proposed response doesn't convey this." The Fair Work Ombudsman says it's working with farmers to build a culture of workplace compliance. Alan Fells investigated the visa holder's employment conditions when he chaired the Migrant Workers Task Force from 2016 to 2018. He found the Ombudsman's approach was too weak and wants to see jail time for substantial and deliberate underpayment.
The scale of the problem is very big. Hundreds of thousands of underpaid workers, and we need to throw everything at them. It's a national and international embarrassment.
In Sydney CBD is a legal practice that focuses on issues akin to modern slavery.
Hi Maeve, it's Alison calling from the Catholic Archdiocese of Sydney Anti-Slavery Task Force.
Alison Rahil says more damaging to Australia's reputation than wage theft is the sexual harassment of female backpackers on farms.
The area that we most often hear complaints about is not just the little or no pay, but it's things like coercive control, being asked to do things that they wouldn't normally be expected to do.
Canadian backpacker Raina can relate. On her first day at a South Australian sheep station, the farmer made an unusual request.
He said, "All right, it's a beach day, put your bikinis on."
She chose to wear a one-piece swimsuit.
He got instantly super mad. He yelled at me and he was like, "Why are you not in a bikini?"
On the farm, she says she was regularly confronted with inappropriate behaviour.
He would say, "I want to see you drive the tractor so I can see your boobs jiggle." He would try to lift my shirt up, my shorts up. He would always try to touch my bum.
The farmer denied the claims and said he didn't condone exploitation of backpackers. The Department of Home Affairs that runs the visa program says it's working to combat exploitation. Working holiday makers contribute $6 billion to the horticulture industry and $13 billion to the GDP. With coronavirus restrictions in place, the value of those already in Australia has grown, and the government is changing the rules so they can stay longer. Tasmanian raspberry grower Greg McCulloch is preparing for the upcoming season.
At the peak of the season, we'll have around 30 to 40 workers on this block. And are they all foreign workers?
They will be.
In 15 years, not one local has asked him for work. He says his experience with hiring backpackers has only ever been positive, but he's aware not every employer is doing the right thing.
You get some bad ones, and they are the minority. They're a minority, but we all get tarred with the same brush. The law is the law.
Do we have a problem? I don't know. It's frustrating that the cases keep popping up, and we want to stamp it out.
Backpackers say it's impossible to understand the full extent of what happens on some Australian farms without walking in their shoes. Katriuibu, ABC News.